And welcome back to another video, and today's video is all about how to create that poster. First of all, I just want to sort of go through what a poster is, or even a flyer. The aim of a poster and flyer is to inform the audience of a particular requirement, or there's a purpose or an event or something that's happening. Okay, and it's going to be done in a professional way. Now here we've got in front of us a poster that there's nothing wrong with the information there, it's just poorly presented and looks like someone at primary or secondary school has created it. And the reason we're at school is to learn how to create professional digital media, and in other words professional posters, presentations, letters, videos, whatever it may be. And although there's nothing wrong with it, there are some things there that show us it's not professional. The use of smiley faces, exclamation marks, or smile-icons. The fact that these pictures are nice pictures, but they're way too small for the poster. Multiple colours here. Okay, and it's just not particularly inspiring. So what do inspiring posters have? Well, actually, if you think about it, all the good posters that you see, or have seen maybe film posters, they aren't that complicated, okay? And we tend to think, well, we've got to overcomplicate everything, we've got to put loads of features in. But actually, let's have a look at some posters here. And here's one of Manchester United. How many colours are they using? 3. Red, black and white. So only 3 colours they're using. Okay, yes, there's a logo, a yellow logo in there, but it's very, very simple. Lots of white, okay, lots of red, and some images. If we look at a Tiny Temper poster, what colours have we got? Black and white. Simple, well laid out, tells you everything you need to know. Let's look at this Olympic poster back from the Beijing Olympics. Okay, we've just got a very simple background. It's white. We've just got some very easy to read fonts there. It tells you when it is and where it is. Yes, it's got multiple colours, but that represents the rings of the Olympic ring. And if we look at a crash poster, we've got one here. We've got a white background, very well laid out, simple. Okay, everything is proportionate to the size of the page, and so on. So with this in mind, let's have a look at how we would create a poster. So let's open Microsoft Publisher, okay, and probably be met with something like this. Let's create a blank A4 page. Okay, and the first thing is, rather than going into the page designs and getting loads of colours and jazzing it up and putting loads of textures in and so on, why not just start with a simple white background? Okay, and then maybe later, if it lends to it or is required, put in some colour. Okay, what else can we do? So let's just go through the tabs here. We've got the Home tab, okay, where we can we've got bold and underline. We've got all the fonts. We can put in boxes here to draw things. Got shapes here. Okay, lots of things to use there. We can go and insert other media like pictures. Okay, we can also, if you want to jazz it up, put in borders. Again, dependent on what it is, and please don't make it too complicated. We talked about page design already, and then view and review is where we can do things like spelling check and just check up how it looks on zoomed. So, well, within Publisher we just can't type. Well, you can, but you'd normally have to put in a text box. So typically we would need some text boxes in there, and we might need a title. So let's pick a theme for this particular demonstration. So let's pick this crash. Okay, children's crash has been advertised at a leisure centre every day, and here are the details. So let's steal that idea. I'm going to start with a bit of word art for the title. Okay, and the reason that is it just gives you some options to create a nice bold heading that you can advertise. So choose one here, and we're going to put in children's. Spell children's Crash. Okay, see how that looks, and at the moment it's looking quite plain, but what we can then do, if you see up here, when you're got something, we can do various things with it. We can twist it. Okay, so you can twist it upside down, do what we want with it. Let's just undo that. Got the rotate button here as well. Okay, what we can also do is format it, and we could put in we could fill it, so maybe we want to create a nice, as it's a crash, we might want to make it sort of pinky colour, so let's go and choose a nice pink colour. Okay, and often the mistake is that this doesn't really stand out, so we can put like an outline on it. I always like there are ways of doing this up here, but I always like right clicking and going format to particular shapes and things, so I can fill it with pink. The line colour is going to be black, and I always like to put on a different sort of weight to it, okay, to the actual outside line, okay, because it really makes that a little bit more easy to use, and not easy to see. It might be a bit wee bit, so if we put that down to 4.5, let's have a look at that. That looks better. So that will stand out. So someone's walking down the corridor of the sports centre, and they can see straight away on this poster that Children's Crash. Okay, it's in pink, looks fine as we speak. Now, as I was saying, things are very simple, so why not put a nice picture here of a children's crash? Okay, so let's go off to the internet, and let's put in children's crash and find some nice pictures here. So let's look at this picture again. Check the picture quality. Is it pixelated? Which means is it a good quality? Never use bad quality images. Let's go over here. Here's a quite a small image, but actually it would probably be enough. So let's just right click on that, copy the image back into here, and we're going to make this. We're going to paste it. Sometimes if you don't get the paste here, you can go file. Sorry, not file. Go paste special, and just press OK, and in we go. There it is. I like the idea of putting it quite big, quite central. Now we could put it behind the picture. How do we put this picture behind the writing, or whether it be writing above it? We just need to, we're highlighting this, and then if we go to the sort of format menu, sorry, not the format, we go to the send backwards, centre back, and then we can have that sitting over our words, which looks okay. Alright, so if we wanted to say crop a picture, sort of cut it down and reduce it, we can do that also. Let me just show you on this. So click on format, go to crop, okay, and we can just reduce the size like that. Click away and it's there. That's how you crop, but in this case I actually want to keep that, and I'll put it back where we had it and make sure it lines up and looks neat. Okay, so Children's Crash, let's get those details from here. Now these details are all good. Okay, let's pop those in there. Now we can do some things with this to make this a little bit more appealing. First thing is, it's all in multiple colours. Let's get rid of that. Let's just put it in one simple colour. If you can't read it, parents are not going to possibly do so. So the next thing is, okay, what are we going to use as a font? Now Times New Roman is a bit of a basic font, but there are lots of decent fonts here that you can choose from, and you can preview and so on. Again, think of the audience. If it's a parent, they're not going to necessarily want the jazziest, the most outrageous font. They're probably going to want something quite simple and easy to understand. So let's choose something like Calibri. Okay, you can get different types. So let's go there. Okay, and we're going to put some bullets in there. line it up so it all looks nice and neat, and we could maybe look at making that a bit bolder. Okay, giving the key information to the parents. So I could maybe centre that. Okay. As this is at Calne Leisure Centre, we might want to find a logo for there. So let's maybe go look for Calne Leisure Centre. Okay, and see if we can find a logo. Here we go, Calne Leisure for the community. So we can right click on that. Yep, right click on that. And we're going to put this down at the bottom. See what that looks like. That comes through. Let's try that again. Let's go paste special, bitmap. There it is. So there is our logo, and that can just sit down there. It's a nice white background. Okay. So this poster probably would be at the leisure centre, so we wouldn't want to do that. We might want to just make this bold here. Okay. Actually, we'll put Calne Leisure Centre every day. We don't need the smiley face. Okay, and that is pretty much what I wanted to show you. I mean, there are other things that we can do, and it depends on your creative speciality, if you're really good at art, but it's simple, it's fun. Maybe just one more image in there showing happy children. Happy children always a good thing for parents. There we go, that's a nice picture of those little children there, and paste that in, paste special. That's okay, get those children in. That's quite a nice picture there. Okay, and maybe we could just drag that in there, pop that up a little bit. Put to book. Okay, let's make sure our images look too. I think that looks pretty good for 5 minutes of effort. So I hope that's shown you some key features of Microsoft Publisher. That poster doesn't have to be overly complicated, and it needs to be functional but informative, and must look good and catch the eye. Thanks for listening.